Hello my friend, how very nice it is to have you back to watch Scotch Eggs for Dogs. The first thing to do is take a small pot and fill it mostly full of water. Now that your pot is full of water, you will need to take it to the stove and turn the heat on fairly high. Now, put in eggs to hard boil. Here I'm using quail eggs rather than chicken eggs. However, chicken eggs will work just fine. Once you have the eggs in the pot, cover it up with a lid and let it heat until it comes to a full boil. Once it's boiled, turn the heat off, let it set for 8 minutes. Once the 8 minutes is over, you will need to cool the water down in the pot to be able to handle the eggs. To do this, just pour the water out and put in some cold and repeat that process until the water is cool enough to where you can handle the eggs. Now that the eggs are cool enough to handle, it is time to peel them. If you tap them against the side of the pot, as you just saw me doing, it'll make them easier to peel. Also, those first two that are already peeled were done by my mother. She was a great help in this recipe. The next step is to take some pork and cut it up into chunks. This is so you can then insert it into a food processor and grind it into just regular ground pork. During the grinding of the pork in the food processor, I stopped it multiple times to scrape down the sides. When the pork was done grinding, it formed a ball kind of like a pie crust does. Now you will need to crack an egg in a bowl and then beat it well. You will also need to have almond flour in a pie dish or something like that. Next you will need a bottle of oil. I'm using olive oil as I usually do, and you will need to pour about 1/4 of an inch into a skillet for frying. Now it's time for the assembly. I take an egg and cover it with the pork. I roll it around my hands to make it look like a nice ball. Next I roll it around the almond flour, followed by the egg, and then back in the almond flour. Once that is done, you can just set it on a plate, as you can see I've done with ones I've already made. Also keep one of your hands free of egg. That way when it comes to the second coating of almond flour, you won't have to worry about flour sticking to your hand and having to wash it off. Once you have your oil good and hot, it'll be time to drop in how many Scotch eggs you've made. You'll need to roll them around every few minutes to get all the sides cooked, and they will take a while to cook. I would recommend letting them cook at least 20 minutes to make for certain they get cooked through. While I'm cooking these, I just thought I would like to say that if you have any ideas as to what you would like to see cooked in the future, please leave that in the comments. Also, please consider hitting subscribe and turning on the bell for notifications so you don't miss any future uploads. Here's how they look when they are done. Don't worry about the black on them, because that would probably be very hard to avoid and that won't affect the taste at all. If you'd like to fix this for yourself, I highly recommend using breakfast sausage rather than just straight pork. Also, they are very good dipped in Dijon mustard. Here's Lucy. He thinks these Scotch eggs are just wonderful. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for subscribing. If you liked what you saw, please give it a like and share it with your friends. Have a good day, and I will see you next week. Goodbye.